My name is Adeleine and I am from the Philippines. Our national language is Filipino or Tagalog, and our secondary language is English. I learned English in school as our medium of instruction. The population of Filipinos in the Philippines right now is almost 114 million. Philippines is like 3 times the size of New-Brunswick, and the population right now is 114 million. To give my family a better future, to have my daughter another options when she grows up, whether she wants to go back to the Philippines or live here in Canada. Nothing that significant right now. Maybe some areas, poverty in some areas, like also crimes, unemployment. Yeah, that's it. And heavy traffic. That Filipinos are uneducated and doesn't speak English and are only capable of low-income jobs abroad. Philippines is a Catholic country, and there are also some notable Christian dominations. Our country is Catholic, so Holy Week is very important for us, and we have some holidays to celebrate the birth of Virgin Mary and the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. There's 3 days that's very sacred. So the Monday, Thursday, the Good Friday, and the Black Saturday. So it's basically Holy Week in the Philippines is no work day or holiday for the students. Some other businesses are closed for Thursday, Friday, and Saturdays. Especially Friday, it's the crucifixion of Jesus. So almost all of the establishments are closed, and we have this procession from church and in the city and going back to the church. Family traditions I noted here, like at least once a year, families in the Philippines hold a get-together event, or a reunion. And because Philippines is one of the attitude of Filipinos, they are very close to the families. So that's it. We get together most of the time. In the Philippines, it is normal for kids to live with the parents even when they're adults. They can also have their family and live with their parents, and as well as have their daughters and grandchildren. We live in basically in one house or in a big house, and there's maybe 1, 2, or 3 families living in there. They share the house. In the Philippines, we support them. But since we are a Catholic country, we don't really openly agree to the idea, but we don't condemn them, and we just tell our kids to uphold what we believe. We have lots of LGBTQ community in the Philippines group, like the Pride. We also have that, and the Philippines is starting to accept those group, since there's a lot of Filipinos who are member of that community. Father as the pillar of the family, and the mother as the light of the family. And as I've mentioned, we are so very close. Close family ties is what we are really proud of. As I mentioned earlier, we sometimes families live in a one compound, 2 to 3 houses, and they are relatives. They are your sisters living in the your neighbor is your sister, and another one is your parents. It's just one compound. They're very, very close. It's common in the Philippines. There are lots of gestures or body languages that we are doing. Like, actually, I noted something like more than 5 that are the most obvious. One is when we greet each other publicly, like we raise our brows like this. We don't, even if we don't know each other, but when we realize that that person is Filipino, we do like this, and then we don't speak anything. Like we just raise our both brows, and the pointing of lips. We're pointing like we're pointing something using our lips, like if you're pointing to with a cup like that. We do that. We use this language. It means we're good looking. The most famous gesture that we're doing is as respect to the elderly. We do the mano po. We called it mano po. It's basically just holding the hand of an elderly person and then put it in our forehead like this. Even here in Canada, when we meet those people that are older to us, that especially if we are familiar with. The money sign in the Philippines is this, but I think most is using this as an okay sign. When we're mad, we sometimes just look down and do the expression, like that. And sometimes if we don't know, like when people is asking us, like sometimes we open our mouth and look down. I noticed my daughter, she's doing something like this. If you don't know, when you stare that much to a person, it's some kind of an offensive because it means you're criticizing him or her. But it's not for everyone. Given that Philippines have large family members, so most of us are not really that demanding for privacy and personal space. Maybe it's the same with some other countries, but it's not that we do like a measurement of how far can you be from me when we're talking. In the Philippines, since it's very crowded, so sometimes when you're in a public commute, it's so very crowded, so it's not, we don't really give much of that personal space, and sometimes pushing is inevitable. This is related sometimes. Most of the time, I mean, Filipinos are punctual, but for some other meetings like or gatherings, most of the time we are known to be always late. It was just recently that mental health is an issue in the Philippines because before we Filipinos, because of the challenges of the country, so we are known to be resilient or strong. So mental health is not an issue before because I've heard it like it was being discussed or becoming a concern when I am an adult already. Because, yeah. But, and maybe also because of the increasing rates of suicide. But suicide is not that rampant in the Philippines. Because, it is being introduced to the younger ones, to the younger generations. But, I mean, for my generation, we are known to be resilient and strong. In the Philippines, we only do small talks or greet each other if we know the person. So, as I mentioned earlier, we do the raising of brows to greet another person, but we don't usually do small talks to anyone, especially if we don't know it or if it's a stranger. Sometimes it can get personal, but most of the time it's just to do just for something to have a conversation, not really that personal. Even my daughter, I told her to answer this if somebody asks you this question, like, hi, how are you, like that, because we don't do usually that in the Philippines. Hello, hi is enough. In the Philippines, we have a big respect to our elders. So calling our elders in their first name is a taboo. Sex education is also not open. It's not being taught in school as well. Even in college, it's not mentioned. Because I graduated, I never had sex education, or maybe just some lesson in biology, but not with sex education. Public display of affection is also not that accepted in the Philippines because we are very conservative country. So if you do that in public, people will really stare at you, and sometimes the elderly will even talk to you and, hey, don't do that kind of stuff. There's nothing that we wear traditionally in the Philippines. There are areas in the Philippines that are Muslims, and they do wear that Muslim clothes, for their ladies. The academic is way behind from what is being taught in the Philippines at her age. Students find it easy that they're losing interest in school right now. And I also asked some of the parent of my daughter's classmates. They also mentioned that their kids really like it here because it's so easy. Like they're not challenged at all. That sometimes they lose interest. They just go to school for them to play. She's struggling to open up with her other classmates, maybe because of the nationality and the language. But my daughter also speak English, and she learned she go to school at pre-kindergarten in the Philippines, and their medium instruction is already English, and she watch a lot of videos, and she can speak English. But the major thing that she cannot open up with others is maybe because of the nationality or the color, something like that. Because I've noticed that all her friends right now are also just Filipinos, and that's it. In the Philippines, there are academic ranking starting in kindergarten. They have this top 10 students for every grading period. They have that every closing of the year. They have this recognition. They're given an award, maybe a certificate or just a medal. They are taught to really compete on themselves, to do better compared to what they do from the previous period. It's really competitive. It starts from very young age. Filipinos are very competitive. There's a top 10 students for every year, for every level of the school year. Not all Filipino came from the Philippines. Other kids are born from other countries because their parents already worked in other countries before coming here in Canada. Also, since Philippines is an archipelago, so there are other characteristics of kids that depends on the province that they came from, because there's a lot of provinces in the Philippines, and sometimes attitudes and characteristics are not the same. Not everyone are the same in the country. I'd like to thank the teachers for having these interviews for cultural sensitivity, to know about our culture in the Philippines and other countries as well. And thank you so much for reaching out to us to better understand our kids in school and to teach them properly and guiding them. Thank you so much.